Hey loves, I got some shit to talk about. Got some chisme. Okay, so about a year before Salt Bones was set to release, I had some phenomenal news. I was so excited. My publisher had told me, we are gonna break you out in a big way, the way that my 3 previous novels hadn't necessarily done. And I was so excited. And then my film agent loved the book and sent it out, and oh my god. And ay Dios mío, La Reina herself, Sofia Vergara, loved the book, and her team at Latine World Entertainment loved Saltbone, loved Mal on the Salton Sea, the badass chingona mama energy, and the like bringing together a Latine family, La Familia, with a murder mystery in the southwestern desert, but in a way that was just like just our familia, and like, yeah, it was a mystery, but it was like, it wasn't stereotypes, it wasn't like the same stories over and over, it was like my story. It was our story, like one of our stories, because our stories are myriad, are multitudinous. It was in Spanglish, it was like close to mi corazón, it was like mi abuelo, mi mamá, mi tío, mis primas, mi hija. Okay, so Sofia Vergara, La Reina, was into it, and Tatiana at Latin World Entertainment, and Sofia's son Manolo was into it. And so like I took my family to Hawaii and like my books had done that. I just took us on a trip because my kids had never been to Hawaii, and I was like, my books can do this, like my books are supporting us, and like I can go out on a limb here. And I was like, I had the talk with Latin World Entertainment when they told me that they were looking for elevated Latina content, like elevated mystery, elevated murder mystery, and like, oh, I was so excited. And then we got Xochitl Gomez, loved her in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and like so badass to see this Latina just being like a main character, like in a story that like everybody wanted to watch. Like it didn't matter if you were Latina or not, like this is just like, we're people. Yes, I'm so proud to represent us, like to see us on the page, and like, oh my god, it was gonna be on film. And then, okay, I'm not even done telling you all the chisme. Okay, and then we got an amazing team of screenwriters who had adapted, get this, Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. Yes, they did. Yes, they loved Saltbones. Nina Fiore and John Herrera, amazing duo, and like they saw the like Stranger Things aspects of it, and they saw Mal as this like badass detective. Like even though in the book her brother's the detective, but like she was a detective too with him. It was a family business, and anyway, it was gonna be so good, and I was like, yes, universe. Like yes, thank you, it's our time. And then I had the Sleeping Sisters like ready to go. I just finished it, and it was part of my contract with Little Brown, and like, so excited. And it was in Cosmo. Teenage me was just like, what? You're kidding me, right? And then it like weirdly just like fizzled out, and honestly it kind of feels like it started with the Goodreads reviews. Kind of started going downhill. Of not the Goodreads reviews themselves, like my therapist says, don't read the Goodreads reviews, like have someone who loves you screen them for you and only send you the good stuff. What's going on? Like how come we had so much energy around like the breakout breakthrough novel? Like this Latina is about to get seen, this Latina is about to get heard. And then it was like, wait, what? Where's everybody? And it was like, oh, did not finish. So much Spanish. This was in Spanglish? What? I didn't know that. Like, why is there so much Spanish? And some people were like, we know they speak Spanish in Mexico. You don't have to tell us, like, just write it in English. But the book doesn't take place in Mexico. It takes place in California, where I grew up on the Mexicali border, on, like, in the Imperial Valley, like, the Calexico side of the border, like twin cities, the twin sister cities, Calexico and Mexicali. Like, that's abundantly clear in the beginning of the book. But it was like, nope. There's just a lot of bigotry surrounding the reception of this book. And like my goal is always to show like Latinas and Indigenous girls and women, and that's what I was doing on the border. Oh, I was even in the LA Times, unearthing secrets from the Salton Sea. I got a whole page spread of a review. It was phenomenal. And then all this time, I've been working on the idea for the next book and submitted that to my publisher. I was so excited. All the like energy around these books, having like the LA Times and the San Diego Tribune calling my work masterful. And then my publisher had told me my sales for Salt Bones and my pre-sales for The Sleeping Sisters were, I'm gonna say lackluster. Yeah, so like just not breaking out in a big way. Like, even though we had like Sofia Vergara, Latin World Entertainment, Xochitl Gomez. At the same time this year, just last month, my birthday month in May, I found out from my film agent that we had gone as far as we could with the team on the Salt Bones adaptation, and that all of the studios had said no. And the main like hurtful thing there was that they said it was too dark. And I'm like, give me an effing break. Too dark. Like, because it's usually My Little Pony and Care Bears on Netflix or any of the other streaming services. And my whole goal, mi corazón, is to go into those dark places and shed light on girls and women, specifically Latina and Indigenous girls and women, and our lives and our joys and frustrations and the mysteries and our like badassery, how smart we are, how caring, how funny, how kind, like how big our stories are, like big enough for the big screen. Bam! Like we are main characters. We are so multifaceted. We write horror and thrillers and sci-fi and speculative and literary and magical realism and like all kinds. We write everything. How is a mama relentlessly searching for her daughter and never giving up? Too dark. Like to me, that's why I'm here, to tell our stories and to protect our girls and women. If it's good enough for Joyce Byers, it's good enough for Mal Veracruz. Not too dark. It's just maybe you mean we're too dark. Wait. I was trying to like spill the tea, but I don't know what I did there. But I'm not giving up. That's the thing. I am a mama, and I never give up on my loves. Like there's nothing my babies could say or do that would make me stop fighting for them and loving them with every ounce of my being. And so that is the same energy that I'm bringing to my books, stop fighting to be seen and heard in the world. And my film agent loved this one too. We're sending it out again to producers. The Sleeping Sisters is going out into the world this August 18th. And you can be a part of this story. Like this story has no ending yet. And it's a choose your own adventure. You get to choose. Like, will you pre-order this book and share it with everybody and spill all the chisme? I haven't failed. This was the tower, like tore everything down, made me really reevaluate my foundation. And I know that my foundation is mi familia and God, Mother Mary, spirits, my ancestors, the voices of the girls and women who have been murdered on the Mesa inspired this story. I light my velas and I get to work writing. And that is my job. Like my daughter told me one time, she's so wise. When I was a little girl, I did not set out to be a #1 seller, or I would have gone into sales. I would have earned my degree in marketing and business. No, I am a writer. Deep in my soul, I am a storyteller and a poet. And this is what I've been put on this earth to do, to tell you these stories, to transmute these stories from the earth, from the sky, from spirit, from our blood, from the past, projecting into the future, imagining, dreaming, hoping a future. This is what I do. This is what I put into my books. I put my soul, and it's not too dark. Like, but also, even if it were too dark, that's okay, because that's what I've been called to do, to transform darkness into light. And so that's what I'm going to keep on doing with every breath inside of me until my dying day, and get these stories into the hands of everyone who needs them and would appreciate them and understand them, and like whose souls are crying out for these stories as well. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see where this story is going.